before the pharaohs, before the ziggurats, before even the memory of Atlantis faded from stone. Earth was not ruled by man. It was governed by beings of incredible power, known in ancient texts by many names: the Anunnaki, the Neteru, the Elohim, the Watchers. They came not as one, but as many. And they did not always agree, because long before humanity rose, the gods went to war. This is Hidden Origins TV, and today we decode the forbidden history buried beneath myth, shattered temples, and censored scripture: the Anunnaki Civil War. The divine conflict that reshaped the earth, rewrote humanity's destiny, and may still echo through our world today. The oldest written language we have, Sumerian cuneiform, doesn't describe gods as abstract beings of light. It describes them as flesh and blood rulers, tall, radiant, powerful, but divided. The Anunnaki were a pantheon of lords and architects, each with a domain, a symbol, and a legacy. But they were not unified. At the heart of this fractured dynasty stood two brothers: Enlil, commander of the Earth mission, authoritarian, stern, protector of divine law; Enki, scientist, life-bringer, rebel, father of Adamu, the first human. Their rivalry was not simply about power. It was a war of vision. Enlil believed in order through control. Enki believed in evolution through chaos. And the battlefield for this cosmic schism? Humanity itself. According to the Atrahasis epic, humans were created not by divine inspiration, but as a solution to a labor problem. The lower-ranking Anunnaki, the Igigi, grew weary of mining gold for the elites. "Let us create a worker," they said. And so Enki, with the help of Ninhursag, formed a hybrid, part earth hominid, part Anunnaki. Adamu was born, the first man. But Enlil was enraged. He saw this creation as a threat, unpredictable, impure, and capable of rebellion. Enlil's solution: wipe them out. Enki's response: save them in secret. The flood myths of Ziusudra, Utnapishtim, and Noah are all echoes of this clash. The flood was not just a natural disaster, it was a reset, orchestrated by Enlil, but resisted by Enki. As generations passed, the rivalry deepened, manifesting not only in policy, but in progeny. Marduk, son of Enki, grew powerful and ambitious. After being exiled and wandering for generations, Marduk returned, claiming rulership over Earth. He built Babylon, declared himself the supreme deity, and demanded worship from humans. This was not just defiance, it was war. The Enlilite faction, including Ninurta, Utu, Inanna, and Nana, refused to recognize Marduk's authority, and so the Anunnaki world fractured. The texts describe divine councils, secret alliances, and betrayals among the gods. The lament for Sumer and Ur tells of cities turned to ash. Its temples were desecrated, its people scattered, its god no longer answers. The Epic of Error goes further, speaking of divine weapons capable of scarring the earth. One passage reads, "The firestorms rose from the sky, mountains split, the waters turned bitter, a silence fell upon the land." What kind of weapons could match these descriptions? Some researchers believe these are references to nuclear-like technologies, not figurative, but literal. And Earth bears the scars. In India's Mahabharata, the gods fly vimanas, launch celestial weapons, and wage a war that leaves cities glowing and forests leveled. It speaks of explosions brighter than 1,000 suns, of corpses burned beyond recognition, of ash raining from the sky. Scientists have discovered layers of radioactive ash in Rajasthan, India, right where these battles were said to take place. Coincidence? Or forgotten history? Egyptian mythology preserves a similar tale. The battle between Horus and Set, one of divine inheritance, revenge, and cosmic justice. Horus, son of Osiris, seeks to avenge his father's murder by battling his uncle, Set. But Set, like Marduk, refuses to bow. The war spans generations, ending with Set's exile and Horus's coronation, yet the conflict leaves the world broken. These aren't just stories, they are mirrors of a celestial war, refracted through time and culture. The consequences of this war are etched in our ruins. The fall of Eridu, Enki's sacred city, abandoned and desecrated. The decline of Nippur, Enlil's domain, once the hub of divine law, now silent. The destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, targeted with fire from the sky, according to the Book of Genesis, echoing the weapons of Era. These weren't random tragedies. They were strategic strikes. Divine cities, wiped out in a war of succession. But why did they stop? Why did the gods leave? The answer may lie in another Sumerian concept, the Shem. The Shem, described as fiery sky chariots, were said to ascend into the heavens from great platforms, possibly spaceports. After the war, many Anunnaki are said to have returned to the stars, leaving Earth in human hands, or so we were told. In Mesoamerican myths, the gods promised to return after the time of darkness. In Dogon tradition, beings from Sirius say they will come again when the signs are right. In Zoroastrian texts, Ahura Mazda speaks of a final battle between light and dark that will determine Earth's fate. These aren't just prophecies, they may be contingency plans. And they all suggest the same thing. The gods are not gone, they are waiting. But not all retreated. Many Anunnaki left bloodlines behind, hybrid rulers, priest-kings, divine descendants. Enki's line carried the serpent knowledge. Enlil's line wielded the rod of kingship. The pharaohs, Sumerian kings, and later divine right monarchies all trace their blood to these lines. Some claim these same bloodlines survive today, in secret families, powerful dynasties, and elite circles. The War of the Gods may never have ended. It simply went underground. And if that's true, we're all living in its aftermath. Every war, every empire, every religious split, every technological leap that appears out of nowhere could be the ripple of a god's agenda. The fight for Earth may have shifted from the sky to the boardroom, but the source remains the same. As above, so below. Not just a mystical phrase, a cosmic reality. The divine war fractured the heavens, and now it fractures humanity. We were caught in their battle, but we don't have to stay there, because hidden in these stories is another prophecy, that the children of man would one day rise, not as slaves of gods, but as equals, to take the gifts they left, knowledge, power, truth, and use them to heal what they broke. This is not just ancient history, it is our origin story, and maybe our warning. This is Hidden Origins TV. Subscribe and share, because in the next episode we unveil the lost technology of the gods, energy systems, sound weapons, stargates and machines that may still be buried, waiting to awaken.